Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Right. What's happening?
We've got to play the Hitler game. We had.
Yes,
we did the thing.
So, in fact, I didn't even need to look there.
We've got binary
We've got the binary now.
for the crystal.
Yes. So,
No, you need to use it on that, don't you?
yes, but normally, if you were a normal player, you would have looked at stuff and gone, "Oh, I can't. I'm playing Hitler. I can't do anything because there's this big force field here."
It's very Hitler's talking animation is very like those fake cartoons on South Park. What are they called?
It is for Terence and Philip. Yes.
So like I've stolen that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's weird, isn't it? Because it's like the Dan and Ben talking animation, but like the opposite. Instead of their jaw flapping up and down, it's the top half of their flapping up and down.
Do you know what's quite irritating? You see the bottom of the force field, the the shadow of the pixels doesn't quite align.
Slightly off.
That's exactly the sort of thing that would annoy the shit out of me if I.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's exactly the sort of thing Hitler would do when he was making a game.
Maybe that's the joke. That's exactly what it is.
That might be why
he was just to annoy everyone.
Yeah.
That was his main thing, wasn't it, Hitler? He was just and liked antagonising people.
Yes.
That's probably a That's probably what's a reference.
He really liked irritating.
I can just go around invading anything I like.
What I thought you were going to say was irritating you was that the Hitler's text is slightly higher definition than the rest of the game.
That is also quite irritating, but understandable.
Yes. So hopefully, okay. So yeah, so hopefully, players have noticed that this
the force field.
This force field looks like the one in the game. And yeah, so I like this is a really nice puzzle because you've got all the Anubis stuff, which is going back to like text adventures, and then you've got like an old
Scum,
black and white Scum,
free Scum,
yeah,
like
which I don't know. I'm not sure we had black and white adventures, but it's.
I played Monkey Island in black and white.
That's
on a black and white laptop.
Yeah.
So
that's probably
what this is a reference to.
That's a full colour Hitler adventure, but he's only plumped out for a black and white screen because
I think he's filtering it through a Game Boy, and he's plugged one of those old Amiga joysticks into it.
God, he's irritating,
isn't he? It's the word. The crystal was like a massive dildo. Nice.
There we go, and then of course.
I mean, his legs aren't. The pixels width of his legs aren't the same as the force field, so there's more Hitler irritation.
Tom Waterhouse would have a fit at all of this.
He would absolutely hate it.
Oh, look, it's not a shadow, Dan. It's a burn mark in the floor, so it makes sense. But Hitler did the same Psychonauts reference move as, and he had kind of a similar funny walk. So yeah, it's all
very good.
Yeah.
Now I remember this requiring quite a lot of. That's the plans for the spinny thing. I can't remember this at all, but there's something with a massive load of cats.
Yeah.
And a tube.
There's an exhaust port here. I think if we walk away again, no, you have to put the exhaust port in, don't you?
Yeah.
So it always looks a bit weird to me here, like it's supposed to be going into a ceiling, and we changed the idea or something, but it's not. It's just stylized.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to examine it. Okay. So we know that's the blueprints for this.
You can go to the man in the. Blueprints.
What we need to do is erase these. Oh no! So what I want to do, is go to my map. Go to the basement.
I don't remember any of this.
Because we want to make them blank first, and then we want to get Powell to put in new stuff.
Okay.
Because the guy
Powell's still dead.
Yes, so we have to fix him. I will try and remember how we do that in a moment. But the guy at the construction yard, he's like, well, it's nothing to do with me, mate. I just make what I'm given. Okay. So like, you can't get him to sort it out for you.
Okay. you're on your own on this because this is.
And yeah, we had a few different ideas for this. So basically, what we're going to do is put in new stuff on the blueprint to replace the spinny whirly death machine. And we had a few different ideas. Like it was going to fill up fruitcake. Oops! Oh, sorry, I just misclicked. It was going to fill up with fruitcake. It was going to be one of our choices, and Dan could try and eat his way through. But it was too much, and it was like, wow, Hitler must do this every time he wants to get up there. He must pack it away, and that's why he shits so much, and all this kind of stuff.
It's really weird.
So we need the cork.
Did we basically make this game from start to finish, didn't we? Like we started at the beginning and we worked our way through to the end. It's probably why this bit doesn't stick in my head quite so well, is because I've been over it less.
Yeah.
By the time we got to the end of Time Gentlemen Please, I was ready to never touch an adventure game ever again.
Yeah, I guess we did. It wasn't quite as linearly designed as Been There Done That, where we were just like puzzle by puzzle.
Yeah.
But we did it in chunks. We were like we got the first bit pretty much. We like that. We got let's do the middle bit. Let's do that. And then we'd go back and adjust stuff and tie it all together a bit more. But yeah, I think it still was. We did kind of still move through
in terms of development, it was put together A to Z, really.
Yeah. Oh.
Cork.
I thought I did that already. I thought I just did it.
We still got a cork.
I just put the cork in him, so have I not got the oil?
Oh.
Have I not filled it up with? Right, it's empty, so how do you get oil, Dan?
Oh, it's future dinosaurs.
It's future dinosaurs.
Good job.
As we all know from the game telling us previously that very old dinosaurs equals oil.
I'm pretty sure that's right anyway.
It is. We did look it up, like
before Google as well, which is a lot of looking up, or like when Google was good.
Yeah, we had some internet thing that it said like oil is created from many things, amongst them ancient fossils.
I think we cover it in dialogue.
Ancient organic materials or something like that. Yeah, there we go.
That feels like we decided people wouldn't realise you could do that. Stick a line of dialogue in.
Yeah. And yeah, and for some reason we highlight this time that you can, but the first time we weren't like. By the way, if you just hold a hip flask near a puddle of oil, it'll suck it up.
Yeah.
Ow! Yay!
Very weird character model. He's got a wooden wheel on purpose, isn't he? It was all like Victorian-y. But like, why would you what if you can make his head and body out of metal? But prioritise a wooden wheel.
Yeah.
Feels like the sort of bullshit a Victorian engineer would do. So now you give him the plans?
Yes.
And there's presumably
2 seconds after bringing him back to life.
Presumably we've covered this in a line of dialogue where he says, "By the way, I'm really good at drawing plans for things."
Yeah, or maybe when you give it to maybe you give it to the work yard, the construction yard guy. He's like, "I'm only a human. You need a robot to do that," or something. I think we had something like that in there.
So
but we know that Powell can draw blueprints, so yeah.
So we're going to do both. I know you fill the room full of kittens, and then you can take one of the kittens, and then you can put it in the exhaust port.
Yes. So we're
going to do this twice.
So the joke here, the idea is you'd think that the speed of the blades was going to help. It doesn't at all. and then you think that kittens is a completely useless option.
Yeah.
Or you think that that's going to be fine because it's going to make it lovely and soft and cuddly, and then you get there and it's filled the thing up, so it hasn't helped at all. But it does actually help you to give you a kitten, and then the exhaust port thing is like a Death Star reference.
So you got to go to the wrong one. You got to do it first. You got to go and see the
Oh
map.
bollocks! Yeah.
Ah.
Ben's confused. There we go.
That's pretty good of us.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful. That's good. That's a funny joke.
So I think that's something that we could have got away with not telling the player, because it's like, well, you just think about it. But
especially given this guy's had this bucket of.
Yeah.
This is clever though.
Mm.
And like that just stays there, and then they know you can go to layer 5 and.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like that. It's good.
It's a good game.
It's a good game, isn't it? Nice.
Shadowy reflection.
What's that from?
Raiders.
Raiders, was it?
Ah, you know it's true. How nice.
A little cat noise. That's horrible.
I think we got like a couple of people upset about what we're about to do to this cat. And now are these ones dead?
It's not a real cat though, is it?
No. So
Yeah,
these ones are dead, and this one is
it's alive still.
just about alive, I think. Whoop.
Good.
God damn it. Sensitive mouse.
I know it's dead.
Decomposing. But it did meow, so.
Yeah, but that's like just you picking it up forced the air out of its lungs.
Yeah. But I think
construction yard. You need the plans back.
Yes, well done. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I'm quite good with this.
But I think the idea of the cat was that it was the only item you had that you could drop down there, that was small enough to drop down there, and it would like wander into the inner workings and clog the stuff up because you couldn't drop.
Because you can put all your shit in there. If you don't need it for the final thing, you can put it in there and just lose it forever, can't you?
Yeah.
That's right.
But I think like if you try and drop the parrot down, it will say he's not going to make his way through or something. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I always thought that if the cat is alive, it would. But having said that, I also wanted, when you dropped the cat in, I wanted us to do little sound effects of hearing it walking and then going and meowing and then
dying,
splatting, and that never happened. So maybe
no, backwards.
Oops.
Yeah, idiot. I think like time traveling games is super interesting to play around with. Like it's fun to think of all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass because like you have to be coherent to your own rules and not second guess yourself and like not have solutions to puzzles that should work, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like this is really cool. You've got a machine that sends things back in time, and you put it in a basket and it changes the future.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And at one point, it was going to be the time stick. You could point the time stick at anything and age or de-age it, and then we were like, "That's insane! Can't do that." So like we limited it to this.
Inventory items, yeah.
Well, to it, but yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you draw the spinning blades back in?
He must. Yeah,
must do.
I guess he takes that as implied.
Okay. So construction yard.
Yeah. See, I'm not able to do this bit as muscle memory either, so obviously we're both kind of
bumbling our way moronically through.
Yeah.
Okay, now layer 5.
Yeah. Although it's funny because now you have now you're starting to get it back. So if I put the parrot in, let's see what it says. Oh god damn!
Jesus Christ, who invented this UI? It's dog shit.
Oh, okay. Right. He wouldn't be able to fly into the deep recesses.
Because of the branch.
Yes.
There's a justification for every single little thing you can't put in there.
Yeah.
But you can drop,
So that's why the cat works, because he's going to walk in. So, I think, no, we need the magnet. We don't need condoms. So we made it so that every inventory item you don't need for the end of game baddie. Because if you've got to this point, this is the only thing left to solve.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So.
That's good.
Yeah. So there you go. So I think because you wrote the line about it decomposing, and I think I left it in because I liked the idea that it was alive but rotting.
Nice.
But it's still alive. So it's like the grossest. But I do like the idea that there's just this little pile of inventory items accumulating.
The graphics on the spinning machine are fucked so well. Don't do all of them. Just do the cat. Do the fucking cat.
I want to see.
Like the blade is going through the other blade. Oh, it's working now. Maybe it's.
Oh, it won't let you do the. That's funny.
You need that.
You need the
feather.
Feather. I think so. Right. Okay. Let's do the.
We'll find out when we.
We'll find out when we get there. Right. So what's messing up on the graphics of the thing?
It's not anymore, but I swear it was.
No, it wasn't. Right, here we go.
The lefty righty blade. There you go. It's going again. Lefty righty blade is now going behind the other thing. I think it must be a.
So you do hear me out again. All right. So
it is alive.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is like the very nearly the end of the character arc of Dan not being ready to. He's done his solo thing, and now all his ambition has disappeared.
I do remember
and Ben has not changed at this point still, but he's just realised that he needs Dan in certain situations, but he still doesn't want to share it with him. But then
I do remember that that you make the entire game and it's like Ben is the adventurer, he's the player character, he does everything, and then you get to end and you have a really good idea for an end level, but suddenly Dan also needs to be able to use the inventory and have his own inventory and all sorts. So suddenly had to rethink how the entire structure of the back end works.
Oh really?
Yeah,
to change all the codes.
I vaguely remember having to jump through a load of hoops to get this to work.
Oof.
I love the way Hitler is just so casually, David Bowie, just
it's a very
sprawled, isn't he?
Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Before we did it first.
We did it first.
Yeah. There we go. Right. Character arcs complete, basically. And then we wrote all this to be because it's tense, all the dialogue's quite terse now.
Oh yeah. They just shout and keep it quick.
So I think no, yeah.
The skateboard over.
So we did have the Day of the Tentacle swap character
yeah.
thing. We thought about it and we were like, no, we'll make it so that when you send Dan skateboard, then you get control of him. But I don't think that it's time for him to do it yet, is it? I think Ben needs to do some magnet stuff.
Man, this is complicated. I love it. I remember being really proud of this.
Yeah.
I think it's so good. Do you do it on the? That's it.
To get it to, yeah. Don't worry, I remember all this. And in fact, at some point earlier, if you looked at it, you said, "Oh, why this magnet is strong enough to move the very hands of Big Ben itself," or something like that. We put in a bit of foreshadowing. Right,
use it on the jaw. Use the magnet on the jaw?
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, but I really like the jaw's firmly attached.
Okay, so
you have to shake it a bit more.
Yeah, it'll come off.
You have to do the bell again or something?
No, push the skateboard over to Dan. Dan can get the gargoyle on it, right?
How do you loosen the...
There you go.
Okay. Obviously,
every time you do something correct, he gets a bit more. The place shakes apart a little bit more.
No. You have to do the laser eyes. That's what it is. And you reflect the laser eyes onto him.
Okay. Tense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a really big. You fucked it up again.
Oh, why do I keep? It's because I don't click use. That's what I keep doing. Right. Okay. Sorry, everyone. There we go.
Nice.
Magnet. And yeah, I like that. Because the lasers look exactly the same as the lasers you reflected earlier.
Yeah.
It's it's all. Hopefully that's
nice. I remember doing that animation badly and thinking, oh, it actually looks a little bit like a magnet's doing it because it's so jerky.
Yeah. And didn't you you did it? You said to me, I did that with code. That's not
Yeah,
like...
it's done with code. Yeah.
Right. File them to sharpness. Same as the previous puzzle with the sword.
Nice.
But also I like that we're bringing back. Oh, dramatic. I like that we're bringing back puzzles that the player's done before, so they can just go, I do that, and then I do this, and then I do that. So it's a bit, it's pacey.
This looks really nice. This beam that's coming at the top, and it's all blurry and
we developed this in the pub, and it took us ages to work out all the little details, and we got stuck for ages because we were like, if Hitler's shooting at it the whole time, how are we gonna make it so that he
bird first with the voice going? No, not you, right. Not you. There you go.
And then Dan has to talk to it when it's over there. And we were like, why isn't Hitler hitting it every time? How do we fix that Hitler keeps on missing it? And we were like, and then we suddenly realised, well, Ben the character can only push it half as hard, and then it will just sit in the middle when he knows that it's ready, and then Hitler will hit it. And like, of course. And we were like, we face palmed for like,
right, okay.
Wow. And then I think we almost forgot that as well, because we didn't write it down. And the next day I was like, Dan, what was the fix? what was the obvious thing that we realised?
So pleased with ourselves, we had another pint.
Yeah.
And then immediately forgot it.
Yeah.
Classic Dan and Ben. We were saying earlier in the pub about how many good ideas must have been lost.
Yeah.
Over over the years
because the other person start talking
over top of it.
Yeah. Right, I think this is it. Here we
Good
go.
luck, everyone.
End of the game. Put my mouse down. Whoop.
You might want it for skipping through end of game dialogue, which goes on.
I've got the
dot
keyboard.
Oh, I forgot where he goes. Yeah.
The little Batman.
Yeah, that's cute. It's still falling apart. Yeah. Noises. Oh man, that's really touching. Oh.
Can't say sissy. No,
it's
all
ruined that in a good moment. Lesson learned.
I had to push for this dramatic scene and do like a little concept art and everything. And go, come on, it'd be really cool. Come on.
It's good though.
Yeah, I do like all the storytelling here. Like Hitler gets a nasty end, and the guard gets punished, and like everything's just on the verge of falling apart. It's a little bit of a shame that the music runs out.
Well, yeah.
But like this is a very long cutscene, so
we didn't have the finances to just get repeating music.
Yeah. And then another sappy bit.
It's quite sappy at the end, isn't it? It's Clockwork God sappy at the end. No, it's just brutal.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we there's like one little bit of sappiness, and then it goes back to.
I think what it is like.
I guess this does that as well. It's like we have all this sappy stuff, but then we like.
I think what it is, you get to the end of a game, and it's been such a process. Right, such a long, collaborative. We never really argue about things, but a lot of back and forth, and a lot of like favors, and a lot of sort of stuff like that. You naturally sort of lean towards that kind of sentimentality at the end of a project, I think.
Yeah, because it feels because you've put so much emotion into it. Yeah. I was on this like live streaming of a playthrough of Grim Fandango, and Tim Schafer was in the chat because it was like Double Fine, endorsed streaming, and I asked him, do you worry when you're writing an ending that you're getting too emotional, you're getting a bit too sappy? And he said, like, yeah, constantly.
Okay.
And so what I do is I write it as sappily as I want, like massive, and then just like pare it back as much as possible, so it's all implied. Which we didn't quite bother. No. We did the first bit, not the second bit.
It's not too bad. It's like, understandable.
Yeah. I think we kept a little on it, but I really like that Hitler comes back and you get to defeat him a second time. That's cool.
Yeah, it's nice. Gibbage. Power cubes.
Yeah.
That's the guy from Ben There, Dan That.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really good. Like, it does actually start to. Like it starts to.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
And Toaster is probably a Battlestar Galactica reference. But it does start to back round to the first game, right towards the end, with like those references to the first game, and then everything gets rewritten so that it's like the first game didn't happen. So it's like it's starting to bring it round back into a nice little circular story. 1138 Dan. I did a really nice concept art for this, but it was like massively, as always, it was massively overwrought. It like had a proper castle, and like I researched castles, and
nice.
It had all these turrets, and then you were like, okay, so there's a little grey Tetris block in the background.
That's Log Blythe, isn't it?
Yeah, John Log Blythe cameoing as John C. Hanger. who was he was a games journo, wasn't he? He did wrote for PC Zone, and now he does regular features podcast.
And runs the best pub in Nottingham.
That's right. If not the world.
Not the only pub in Nottingham. I remember you complaining about it raining here when there's no clouds in the sky, but I always find it when it's sunny and raining. I find that really weird and sinister. I just thought it was a really nice side effect of.
I didn't complain, but I highlighted it because I like
clouds.
I like things. I like us to have thought stuff through. So if I'm like, why is this happening? As long as there's an answer for it, like I don't necessarily think something's bad to question it. Why are we doing this? Yeah. But yeah, it is really cool, and also I like.
Hang on, I love this. It's more dangerous than you could possibly imagine, and then.
And I think we had to fine tune the timing on that so players could actually see what had happened as well. Yeah. They had to be frozen there.
Especially given that there's absolutely 0 frames of animation between it leaving your hand and going into his head.
Yeah. But I like the rain as well because like you said, it kind of feels like it's maybe a time travel effect type thing, like the ice on the DeLorean. But
so the intro at one point to Clockwork God was a retelling of this game.
Yes.
But it's instead of God sorting everything out, it was Father Christmas, which I thought was a really lovely joke that they didn't understand what had happened here at all.
Yeah.
And they just met a guy with a beard, and they were going, well, it must have been Father Christmas.
Yeah.
Whatever. And they're retelling the story, so it's moved on.
It was like the beginning of this game where it retells Ben had done that, but a bit exaggerated.
Yeah,
it was just the next.
But just completely wrong.
Yeah. So we were originally going to have God be the only character who was voiced.
Yeah.
In this game.
I forgot about that.
And then you decided that it was just going to feel weird.
Yeah.
Which
also, we would have done it ourselves. It would have been you going, "Hello, boys."
I think we were going to get Log to do it.
That would have been good, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would have been weird. It would have been really fucking weird.
Yeah.
The player would just think, "Wait, were these all supposed to be voiced?"
Yeah, exactly. They'd be like, "Is this a?" Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So again, just confirming that they're both happy to be a team. And then I had just before that because I realised wait a minute, if he just puts them back to before Ben they'd done that, the whole thing's just going to happen. It's going to be a time loop again. So I was like, so I had God say, "I'm going to fix your TV aerial for you." And then we had him say, "Time gentleman, please." So the title actually means something it actually works as a pun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Art. I like it.
So this is the flat, obviously from the first game, but now instead of LucasArts posters up, it's got posters of us up, which I don't know if we meant it, but it's like we've now
supplanted them as the superior.
I think it's more like we feel like we belong in the genre. You know, now we're part of the genre now.
Zombie cow, what's that? The like the new TV and stuff. It's much better.
Yeah.
I think we were going to use the original art, and then obviously it looked dog shit and was in the wrong resolution and stuff, so I had to redo it all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then, like all good games, it just boots you back to the desktop, right?
Yeah. I was hoping. I have no idea what's. I think our voices may now sound really crap because Bandicam may have stopped recording the microphone because the game just quit. So I was expecting it to go back to a menu and it just doesn't.
We're talking to you from the past, YouTube. Help us. We're trapped. In a weird voice thing.
Do we have anything left to say about Time Gentleman, please?
No, it's very good. You should buy it if you haven't bought it.
That's right. Bye.